And so I had just met Desto, and we put in the order for the clothes. I knew it was like 700 sweatsuits, right?
But how did you really get to know him, and what made him want to with you when he has a lot of different clothing companies trying to collab with him and shit?
So I met Desto when he was still in the parking lot, like in the van. Like
before, that's when he built his shit. Like we all knew about it for a few years prior to that shit, but 2020 was when it really
That's when he
going.
really took it seriously. Like when he came off tour with Lil Pump. Yeah. So like Pump stopped touring.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I'm out here in LA, let's make this clothes shit work.
Yeah.
You know? And so I met him.
That was probably a good time to try to do a collab with him because he kind of didn't know what the was going to work and what wasn't going to work. So he was just kind of doing whatever. But Desto's a cool dude.
Yeah. Like he'll collab with you. Like if you got something to offer, he's ready to work.
Definitely.
The same with me. I'll collab with anyone. I'll collab with a homeless person off the street. Like if it makes sense.
Do you think that he really like saw that your brand was going to work? And do you think he like believed in you as a person? Or do you think he was just kind of taking more of like a random shot?
He saw the quality. He saw the design. So how it happened, my boy was wearing the shit actually at this gas station right here.
Famous gas station. A lot of people got murked over there. Yeah.
So he had, Desto always like just shouts out random brands and shit, like shows love. He had tagged me and like my homie was like, oh, it's my friend's brand. He tagged me. I hit him up. I'm like, let's do a collab, you know? I seen on his website, his hoodies were $200. I was like, what the f-? And they was all sold out. I was like, damn, this nigga's doing some shit, you know? And so once I linked up with him, I'm like, let's do the collab. And he had a lot going on. I pull up, he's got like Draco pulling up, fucking Rio, the young OG, like all these people in the parking lot. I'm like, damn, he's doing some crazy shit out here. Like he got a whole movement. And so I tell him like, let's do the collab. And he had so much shit going on. I don't think he knew I was like super serious about it. Cause like, it was like a month or two later, I pulled up, he's doing a pop-up right here on Melrose with LB. I give him the sample piece. And like everyone's over there too, Trippy, like hella people. I'm like, damn, this nigga's doing shit. Like he probably don't even care about this shit. And sure enough, the next day, like he puts Draco in the sample. That's that picture that we have right up there. You see Desto in the background. So that's like the original.
That was the first time you tapped in?
That's the original sample. Like,
oh, okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, and so he put Draco in it. He's like, we're about to drop this. I'm like, shit, all right, it's up. Like 2 months later, I hit him up. We don't even talk. You know, me and Desto weren't close at that time. So like 2 months later, I hit him up. I'm like, the clothes is ready. He pulls up and it's like, we got, you know, over 1,000 pieces. I got like damn near my whole garage filled with clothes. And he's like, damn, this shit's dope. Like we're doing it. Let's do a pop-up. And then I caught the case. And I knew right then, I was like, shit, I started doing the math. I'm like, 200 a hoodie, 700. You know, I started doing the math. I'm like, damn, that's like 100,000 each or some shit. I was like, damn, I might be cool after this. So I was like, damn, I need to take this clothes shit serious.
Because how much you spent on a lawyer when you cut that case?
20,000.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing, yeah.
20,000. They did me cool though. That was worth it.
Yeah, at least it ain't 50.
Yeah.
I was thinking 50 is the high end, 20 is the low end, yeah.
Yeah.
But so, okay, it's kind of crazy because I always look at Dubb as like one of the most instructional entrepreneurs I've known throughout my life in terms of somebody who really took it from nothing and figured it out one step at a time. But like a big part of it for him was that he was the juice man. That's like how they introduced me to him in the first place is they were like, yo, when Quavo pull up to LA, when Thug come out here, Dubb is like the guy that they call, and he pulls up and he uses that, like, well, actually that wasn't really what he was doing at the time, but as time went by, it became like, oh, he went from the guy that was just serving Thug to now Thug is his homie. Now Thug's wearing his clothing line. Now Thug's got him hanging out at his shows, backstage, all this kind of shit. But it sounds like you and your drug dealing mostly was like with random party people, and then like by the time you really start blowing up,
actually that helped me a lot because I was out there in Hollywood.
Yeah,
I met a lot of people. Before I even met Desto, I had Blueface and certain people wearing my clothes already. So he saw that I was doing shit. You know, I was starting to have the motion already.
Right. But how many times
I used to serve, like a lot of celebrities do coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to serve niggas.
And if you're
I'm not gonna say no names, but yeah.
if you're the dude who's down to like come through at 4 a.m, for sure that'll open some doors for you.
Oh yeah. I used to sleep with my phone next to my pillow. Like I wasn't missing no calls.
Really? So you go to sleep for 20 minutes and somebody calls, you're back up at it?
If I had to, you know, like I was just trying to make shit work. I always wanted to get out that situation.
That's how I really realized that I wasn't built for selling coke. Is when I realized like, oh, I got to get out of bed at 3:30 in the morning.
So much work.
Yeah.
It's so much work. It's not worth it at all.
Nah, 100%. But okay, so you guys do the first collab, and does that just like go crazy?
Yeah, we do the collab on Melrose. We do the pop-up. Shit went crazy, bro. Everyone wore that shit. Everyone pulled up. You know, Draco was there, OGZ, Phoenix. Hella people were out there, man. It was epic.
It's kind of crazy you even saying like, oh, like Young LB, Dubb, Ralphie, etc. It's like, I was there today, Young LB, Ralphie, obviously rest in peace Draco. I'm sure he would have been there and shit, but it's like, Dubb does have that crew of people who are kind of consistently there for them.
Yep, for sure.
But so that shit sold out like very quickly. Did that like kind of change your mind on like how big this could be?
We did good, man. I think we did like, I want to say 60,000 that weekend.
Wow.
So it was good. You know, we split that. It was like 30K each. It was a cool little check. Then when I dropped online, it was like 30,000 the first day.
Uh-huh.
So it was a good little introduction to what I had coming.
But so then what's your perspective at that point? You're like, how am I going to take this to the next level? Because managing to get a collab with a brand that's already popping is kind of like the cheat code. But then you're sort of like back to your brand and you're kind of like, oh, like,
and I really didn't know what to do with it at first. But, you know, I'm a hustler, so I just adapt to my situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to make this shit work. How are we going to make it work? I got to think, well, we're going to put it on the best people. We're going to make the best quality. We got to get the best designs. And at first, my shit wasn't the best, but I slowly just every day I try to make it a little bit better.
Yeah. And so were all of the collabs or all the celebrities that you got wearing it, was it always organic or was it ever a situation where you were like, you know what, I'm just going to, because I see a lot of bigger companies where it's like, I'll be interviewing a rapper and then they're going to do a photo shoot for some clothing line and they're getting 10K to just pull up and take some photos. And I'm like, okay, that's the cheat code version of how to get into that situation.
I've never paid an artist to wear my clothes. I think that's corny. Like people wear clothes. If they like the clothes, they're gonna wear it. If they don't like the clothes, then your designs are probably whack. So then you need to start over. You need to come with some other shit. You got, you know?
Or like paying artists is like, yeah, you're less likely to get the genuine cosign and you're more likely to, like there's a thing you don't want to do, which is like ramping up too fast. You kind of want to like, in your situation, I think you want to grow at a reasonable organic level and you want to meet artists like a Suede or whoever, like early with them, have like a real organic relationship rather than just tapping in with somebody who's already established and cutting them a check.